Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Hello, good to see you. So today we're going to do another junk journal bingo video. So today we're going to be using our masterboards. So I am thinking I'm going to use this pretty one. So for the bingo, what I'm hoping to do is tick this one off, make something with your masterboard. I did want to tick off a few of the others, a new pocket tuck spot and a junk mail envelope, but I think I might have to film this in two parts. So for now I'm just going to focus on this one, make something with your masterboard. Okay, so here's what I would like to make. So as I say, I'm using this masterboard rather than this one, so I'm just going to put that to one side. And what I want to make is some kind of flip out, which will eventually go onto an envelope, but that will come in part two, just to keep things simple. So we're going to make a flip out with the masterboard. A pretty flip out. So the first thing that we want to do then is, I think I want to cut this out first so that I can get an idea of sizing. So this is what I want to have on the front of the flip out. An opening window with something behind it. Right. Now, as you might have guessed, I'm just going with what I think. Not following a tutorial. This is not something I've ever done before. Yada yada yada. So I want that window to be roughly in the middle. So I'm thinking if I cut to the tip of the butterfly's wing, I have a pretty scrap to use for something else, and I have a relatively straight line. Okay, better. And then I think I also want to cut a bit off the bottom. So for now I'm just going to cut off the pink, this piece. I'm going to see where that takes me. I might also want to cut a slither off this side just because it's not quite in the middle, but I'm just going to go with it for now. So that's the size of my piece. And it's going to go on this side. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'll take off the stripy bit as well. And I need to keep an eye on sizing. So this piece is going to be for my altered file folders, my secret garden ones when I come to do them. So if we were to take off a little piece of the stripy, and we want a bit of a border all the way round, that would give us about 7 3/4 by I think we can get away with 5 1/2. So 5 1/2, remember that one. And then I want to add on an extra, say, 1 1/2 for the actual flap. So I'm going to cut this at 7. Hopefully I'll be able to see that mark. I just want to make sure I'm cutting the right bit. Yeah, definitely can't see that mark because I want this section. Sorry about that. Postman went past and a dog outside went ballistic, and also so did my dog. Okay, so as I say, I'm cutting this at 7. And I've just made a mark on this side because I really could not see it before. Of course, you can make anything you like with your masterboards. I like to use them to make lots of like tags and pockets and fun things like that. Journal cards, etc. Don't feel like you need to do something quite like this. I wanted to try something different for myself. Okay, so we're going to have this here. So as I say, I want to cut off the stripy bit, and then I do need to cut it, but bearing in mind I want it to be the size of this envelope as well. Yeah, that should be fine. So again, I'm going to make a very pointless mark that I probably won't be able to see, but we're going to try. Keeping my eye on it, it's right there. I can't lose it until I look away. I think that it's there. Okay, so that should be the height of the piece that we want and the width plus a bit extra for the flap. See what I mean? They make really great journal cards. So I'll just show you my offcuts. So straight away I'm thinking that could be something really, really nice, just with a bit extra on it. So that's that one. And then we've also got this, which I could cut down into different things. Like, that looks like a really nice journal card, this piece. So yeah, if we get time at the end, we'll cut those down so I can just show you. Right, let me grab my, just grabbing my scoreboard. Okay, because I want to make sure that I get the flap in. So again, there is my window. So I'm just using that as a guide, so something like that. So I'm going with 1.5 inches. That's what I'm going with. Now, I am going through quite a few layers, so I'll do it here, quite, you know, I'm pressing hard enough, but not so hard that I'm going to go through the paper. And then I also will do it on the back side as well, just so that I've got that. Okay, and I may need to just take off some bits that are going to pop up. See, that's going to happen. It's absolutely fine. We can add something else there instead, so let's get rid of that. See, I only used glue stick last week for these, so I'm just going to cut that off without cutting into my flap. Give it a good, I'm just going to give it a really good scoring down. If I could see my scoreboard, scoring tool, just hiding. Anyone else lose things? Not just me, I'm sure. So I'm giving that a really, really good pressing down. Like, I'm using so much muscle right now, but that should give it a really good crisp edge. Right. So that is our little flip out. As I say, this flap is going to be hidden, and we're going to have this, and we're going to have this as the front and center bit. So this ended up being 5.5 inches wide by, I think that's about 7.25 inches, which is just fine for a file folder, which is where I'm going to use mine. But if you're planning on using these for a journal, then you'll probably need to go smaller than that, you know, unless you're making a big old journal. Okay, yeah, I like that. God, it's all systems go. Doorbells ringing left, right and centre. Okay, so yeah, as I say, we're going to have this on the front. And so now I want to focus on this piece because I want the window to open, and we'll come back to the flap in a moment. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just chucking things everywhere. I want to cut up the middle of the window. I want to cut right along the bottom here, and then I'm going to cut this side and the other side to match, and then I'm going to go up maybe a bit, so I'm leaving sort of these two panes here as the hinge. And to do that, I'm going to poke in my pokey tool, just so that I can get a bit for my scissors to go in, because I don't have the sharpest scissors. And I'm going to come in with my little scissors and, as best I can, follow that line down. This window is from a Stamperia paper pad. It was a 12 by 12 or an 8 by 8, no, it's an 8 by 8 sheet. And yeah, been saving it for the right project, and of course with me working on the secret garden stuff, ended up being pretty perfect. Now you could use like a craft knife for stuff like this. Now we have aeroplanes. Wow, it's a busy old day today. But I'm just cutting this out as best I can. Yeah, as I say, craft knife would be quite good to use, but I'm just using my scissors to keep it, well, I don't trust myself with a craft knife, to be honest. I barely even trust myself with a pair of scissors for doing straight lines. Okay, so that's that bit open. And as I say, I want to come along the top here. And we're going to follow that curve. Like that. And then we're going to come up the bottom. Just want to come up a little bit. I want to see if that's going to be enough. I'm thinking, let me grab my, I'm just going to grab my ruler and just use it as like a scoring piece, I guess, so that we can open that. Don't know if maybe I shouldn't have gone up there, should I? I probably should have just gone there, so I might have to washi that or something, but that's okay. It's my first time doing this, so we live and we learn. So I'm just going to go around the top then. Logic's never my forte, but I'm not worried. I'm sure this will all work out in the end. And as I say, nothing a little bit of glue can't fix. So yeah, I went to the top there, went to the top there. So again, this time we will not do the bottom. And I'll just poke that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Like I said, logic, not my forte. Okay, right. So as I say, I'll put some washi there, no matter. And then we have our opening door, which will be opening onto some book page. So I want to show you my thoughts for this. So in the window, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's a little path. You see? And so I went through my Gordon Benningfield images to find one with a path. And I just want to see which one I would prefer in the window. So this one has pretty bridge and some people, which looks nice. I mean, let's be honest, they're both going to look nice. And then you've got this one, which, yeah, I really like that one. It looks like you're going to follow the path, doesn't it? If we have it be like this. So you're opening up your like patio doors or what have you. And we're going off down that road. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Right, so I think what I should do at this point is ink. Should I do it now or should I do it after I've stuck the page down? To start with, I'm just going to fix that window where I made a boo-boo. So, thinking washi on this side, and I'm just trying to decide what colour to go for. I think I will go with this one, which is it's like a scripty text. As I say, we make boo-boos all the time. I make boo-boos all the time. It's no big deal. And then I'm just going to cut just that bit, just so that I've got a thin line. So yeah, not ideal, but oh well. It doesn't matter, does it? Scissors, right, there we go. Just gonna put that in, and just for safe measure, I was going to glue another piece on, I'll just glue it on. Well, I'm glad I didn't try to do the whole project in one video. It would have taken me ages. Right, let's just want to do this. But like I say, these things happen. Like, you know, don't beat yourself up about it. It will all work out. And if it doesn't look right when we're done, well, we can just cover it up with something, can't we? Some pretty flowers or leaves or something. You just have to excuse me if I occasionally go quiet because concentration sometimes for these things. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little piece up the side just to make it extra strong, like that. And then I'll probably just cover it with some leaf die cuts or something, so let's do that. And then no one will ever know that we made I made a slight boo-boo. Okay. Right. Okay, that feels fine now. Yeah, feels just fine. Might need some extra glue in, but I'm going to move on to the next step now. Just wanted to get that sorted and then we could, yeah. So I'm just going to go around and just tidy up some of my cutting. And then we'll glue it down onto the book page. So I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay, I think I'm all set. So we're going to glue this down onto the book page where we want it to be. And for that, I'm going to use my beacon. Not for any reason than just I want it to be nice and strong, I suppose. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around the outside, obviously avoiding my doors, and then I'm just going to fill in just a little bit. And I may sneak in with a little bit of extra gluing with my thinner nozzle afterwards. Okay, so I'm just looking at where I want the picture to be. So obviously I want that path. Okay. Aren't projects like this so fun? I know Tanya from Teddy Treasure has been doing a lot with windows and doors on one of her recent projects, and it was a great project, really interesting to see. Yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, the path is here through the clouded vintage window, and then you open it out and that's the path to follow. So yeah, I think it kind of works. Well, not kind of, it does work. So let's just cut around this. I want to say that's magpies outside. Loud, aren't they? I don't mind, but the core is a very, like their call is very, I don't know, it's an odd one, isn't it? It sounds like it's laughing at you, laughing at me. Making that boo-boo with the door, the window door thing. They're laughing at me. All right. Are we in? Yes. Okay. So I just want to do some better cutting and give it a final ink. I did ink all around the window and everything whilst I had you on pause, but where we've added that paper, I'm just going to give this an inking. I'm excited for how this will look. I hope it comes off looking good. Okay, so that is that piece. I'm so glad I didn't try to do the whole thing in one video. That would have been a bit too much. I don't know if I've just gone a little bit awry here. I don't know. Getting a little bit of a bit here. I don't know if you can see where it just sort of bumps over, and I don't know if that's a problem or not. I just don't know. I just feel like it's sticking out funny. Just see if I can take a bit off that. I really need to get some better scissors for like precision scissors. For stuff like this. I mean, I don't mind it being a little bit funny there. Just, yeah, I'd rather that than it stick out funny. It's like when I see other people work with windows and doors. You don't see them faffing like this over things, and I think, like, I never know if it's my perfectionism that causes me to have to faff like that, or whether it just doesn't bother other people. I don't know. It's probably just me. Anyway, that is fine. I'll just put something, decorate it up, and again, you won't never know. Okay, so I think we will just get the whole thing stuck down. So I'm going to use the Kalau for that, just because it's nice and quick usually. And then I want to have obviously a look at the actual masterboard side, because we're going to do something with that in a moment as well. Right, let's get some glue on here. I love working with stuff like this, but yeah, I definitely need some practice. But you know, at the end of the day, I do these videos because I'm there trying to, like, I don't know, I guess I just always feel like if I can do it, then like anyone can. Genuinely, like, you know. Alright, yeah. So I went with this particular paper because from the video before where we did the masterboards, you saw the piece that I was doing the masterboard on top of the backside. Wasn't the nicest, was it? If memory serves, this was the cover page for the paper pad, or the back page. But I really liked this terracotta brickwork because I feel like, I don't know, something about it feels like you can see part of like the wall or something. Just kind of went with the whole secret garden door. I don't know, just something about it. Abstract, you know. Very abstract. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Seems to be working fine. That washi needs a bit of extra gluing, but that's fine. So that is the front piece of our flap. So this is going to flap out. This is why we're here. Because I want to, eventually this is going to go onto an envelope like so. So obviously the envelope wants cutting down, but my thoughts here were you open up this flap to get to your envelope pocket, and you've got that secret door situation going on. And here I want to put a card and depending on how much, I want it kind of in the middle, I think. Maybe with some extra decoration around. And because I'm thinking this could be like a side tuck or a belly band maybe. You won't get a lot in there, is my only thing. Anyway, that is my thinking. So we need to decide on one of these. So I'm going with what goes with the collaging. I do like that. Not so much. I liked that for the roses, but I'm thinking this one. Yeah. The quote is, "Put a little birdhouse in your soul." It's very nice thought, isn't it? Now the other part of me is thinking this could be one of those hidden like secret journaling spots with the photo corners as well. But then equally, you're not going to want to write over that collaging, are you? So no, maybe not. So I think if I just stick it down as, I'll stick it down as a belly band. No, I'll stick it down as a side tuck, so I'm going to glue these three sides, but I need to trim that up. So I'm going to trim it up, and I'm just going to pause to do that, otherwise this video is going to be quite long, so it'll just be 2 secs. Okay, all trimmed around. So as I say, I'm going to glue this on 3 sides as a side tuck. Might be that I don't end up putting anything on there, in there. Oh, it was struggling to come out and now it's spitting out everywhere. Same old story. So yeah, I'm thinking if we go there, oops, like that. then it can be a side tuck if we want it to be. If not, well then we'll just put some extra glue on. So let's see how we feel about that. Yep, like it a lot. Need some extra gluing there. So before I forget, we have got some tidying up to do with the masterboard, just where we've had to put that flap on. So we've got a piece here, which actually, to be fair, kind of does blend in, but we can just put a bit of paper there. And I'm thinking we might want to add some butterflies. So bear with me, I'm just going to see if I can find a scrap of paper for there and some butterflies and different things. Okay, here we go. I've got a little scrap of music sheet here, which I'm going to use to just cover that bit up. Oops. Just going to pop that just along there. And it should just kind of blend in with the collaged background anyway. Oop. I'm pretty sure that the heat really wreaks havoc on my glues. There we go. So that's fine. So the next thing that I'd like to do is pop some butterflies on. So I've got this little piece here. Can you see from my collaging, which I'm not a huge fan of how that looks. So I was thinking cover it with a butterfly. That won't get in the way of the flap or anything. And then we've got this piece here of the, like, all of this is so decorative on the rest of the card. But then this piece, you get a little bit of a blank spot. So I'm thinking about putting in a word there with this butterfly. Just there, so it doesn't get in the way of the, you know, the fact that this is now a side tuck. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll have to find a word in a second as well. Let's just get these butterflies on. Aside from doing a little bit of extra inking, that's all I'm going to do to the back of the masterboard. Don't think it... Yeah, I don't think the masterboard side needs anything else. Just positioning that so... Did I have it? Did I have it like that? Okay. Yeah, let me go find a word actually. That's what I think I want. I think I need to get another glue bottle anyway. Okay, this is the word I've gone for, or phrase, spring meadow. These are just some words. I typed up a bunch of words and phrases on my computer a while back, and just, yeah, printed them. Yeah, just printed them using the computer, you know. And then I'm going to add some lace behind it. Like so. Just to give it a bit of dimension, I guess. Make it stand off the page a little bit more. That's what I was thinking. Like so. I should do that again, do a bunch more words and phrases, maybe some more just, yeah, linked to Secret Garden, because they do come in handy, and I do like to use words and phrases. Okay. there is our flip out back piece done. Might do a little bit of inking just in places, but aside from that, that is how the masterboard side came out. And then of course we have this at the front with our "Come join me down here, down this country lane." Oh, I have no idea how long this video has been on for, because obviously the next step that I wanted to do was think about having some die cuts or something, not to get in the way of the doors. Obviously I do have to bear that in mind, but I do want to sort of disguise the issues that I had a little bit. I don't know if yeah, something like that would be fine, just as long as I have it so that it's not in the way. Obviously it's not hiding the washi, but it is just with the idea that it would what's the word, like just sort of take the focus off a bit, I think is what I'm thinking, just to have a few of these things. Yeah, so let's do that. I'm hoping this video isn't too long, but at the same time, if it is too long, then you know, people don't have to you don't have to watch, or just watch it in 2 parts or something. I really want to get out of that frame of mind of, you know, oh, hurry up because you've been too long, because that really, yeah, doesn't help creativity. And sometimes projects are just longer than others, aren't they? So anyway, I'm going on the back of these die cuts, just with dribs and dabs of glue. I got these die cuts from eBay. I got them originally for the Edith Holden file folder. They were very good value for money, and I got a whole bunch of them, and of course I've been cutting them up with the idea that we might be able to make them go, you know, go a bit further, I guess. So yeah, just being very conscious of where the opening door is, and the flowers are not in the way of that, so that's good. Okay, and then I want to put a bit more down here. Where's the one that I just cut off? Is it that one? So let's take off this branch. That's the good thing about these, is you can just sort of snip into them as you need to, really. There we are. And you know, you might like to use the whole thing, but if that doesn't work for you, then you know, you can just snip into them a little bit, kind of like fussy cuts, but you don't have to cut them out. Thinking if I go somewhere there. Oops. So I hope you've enjoyed the project. So as I say, this is to tick off the task, which is to do something with the masterboards. And I will have a look at the time. If there is time, I will just cut down the rest of it to show you what my tags could end up looking like. Obviously we don't have time to do anything with them today, but I thought some people are so, like me in the beginning, I was so scared to cut down my masterboards because, you know, I would like how they came out and I wouldn't know what I was doing really with them. And it was only until I actually took myself out of my comfort zone and did cut them down that I was like, oh, this is why people make them. It's because you end up with some really, really unusual things. Pretty and unusual. So what do we think? Should we have a bit of a flower up there? Or shall we just continue with some of these vines? Yeah, we'll do the vines, I think. So have I got any that I've already cut down? I've got one there, look. I want a little bit more than that though, don't I? No, I don't know actually. What did I pick up? I picked up something that I liked and don't know what I've done with that now. Yeah, that's not right. Oh, I think it was this piece. So I'm going to cut that there. Oops. Like so. And then we will just trim off anything that overhangs, I think. Or just move it up a bit actually. Like so. So that's going to come off there. So if I trim these, and then I will use those as well, but just in a different place. That's what we'll do. Oops. And I may put some more inside the doors, these die cuts, because I'm only thinking I've got washi on the other side as well, which I probably want to just, again, it's just not to hide it, but more just, you know, you're just drawing the eye away from it, so it doesn't, you know, it's not so noticeable of, you know, that this mistake is there, kind of thing. So if I cut this one here, and I'm going to pop that there. So that's a great thing about these, is you can just yeah, cut them up and just match them up as you need to. Now, despite the issues, I've really enjoyed this project. It's been fun, really fun. Really, really fun. I'm going to say it any more times. And then I'm just going to just chop that bulb off and have it there, just so that it doesn't look like I've just come along and chopped the end of that stem. So just here. Just like that. There you are. This is what I was doing for the file folders, is I was just chopping down the dies as I needed. And it worked quite well, I think. Except I don't want it poking over the top, so try and bring it down a bit. Yeah. There we are. Oh, that looks so pretty. And I mean, yes, the washi is there, but does your eye draw attention to it? Not so much. And we may even want to put some more there, or maybe it's enough. Let's see. But it definitely does help. I feel like now it's not so glaring. Yeah, I'm just going to put that one there, and that will be that part finished. Well, all I can say is a jolly good job that I didn't try and do the whole project in one video, because that would have been yeah, wouldn't have worked. But I will put up the part 2 tomorrow, which will be to actually use this in a the pocket, the envelope pocket. There we are. Bring that up to you. See, the washi is there. It is there. There's no denying it's there, but just disguised a bit, isn't it? And then do we probably want to do the same thing on the inside here? Or is it... I feel like I want to do something else on the inside. I would have liked to have some like vines or ivy, but I don't have any. But I do have some that are en route from China. So what I think I will do is hold off, because I don't want to glue something down and then, you know, have it not be the right thing. I think I want greenery on the inside, because we already have the pink, and I want to bring in some of this greenery from the picture. So we have the pink and then we'll have the green. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think that has turned out really, really nice, despite the initial issues. So I will always tell you, I will say this time and again to you and to myself, even when things go wrong, even when things look like they're not really coming off okay, just keep going with it and it will turn into something. So as I say, this is for the Junk Journal Bingo. I was making something with my masterboard. So what we have made is a flip out. So we have, don't you just kind of want to come and walk along that lane? Just put extra glue there in a second. Isn't it pretty? And then you'll flip out. Obviously this will be stuck down. And then we do have a tuck spot in there if we want to use it. If not, we have the pretty masterboard prettied up even further, I guess. So I might come in with, I've got glue everywhere. I might come in with a little bit of inking just along the edges. I'll do that with my, I've got like a little blending brush. You'll see that on part 2. And then the second part, I'll put this up tomorrow. I want to use this envelope. So my thinking was to have it flip out. So this is like hiding the envelope and it becomes like this secret pocket, I guess, is what I was thinking. So yeah, I'll get that all cut down and we'll do the part 2. But for now I have completed one more task. I have made something using the masterboard. I did say I was going to cut down the rest of it to show you, but I just think the video's probably gone on a little bit long, because this is what we were left with. Now that in itself is just a really nice journal card. Yeah, I think the video's just gone on a bit long, hasn't it? So I don't want to rush. But that's what you can do with masterboards. But in my case, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So we made this really pretty flip out. Right, I will leave it there. I think I have droned on long enough today. I hope you've enjoyed this little project. And as I say, part 2 for this will be up tomorrow, where we'll use it on an envelope. So we'll speak then. For now though, have a lovely rest of your day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.